And then I was always just sat watching her, and then one day someone was just like, "Why don't you get in and try it?" And I was a bit reluctant because I hated swimming lessons. And yeah, my sister definitely got me into it, and I was like a little sidekick for like about 5 years. Yeah, and then when
Yeah.
she went to Derventio, um, XL, which is Derbyshire Elite Swim Squad, I kind of followed her there a few years later, and yeah, I was just her little shadow, really.
Yeah. And at Derventio, you were surrounded by quite you was is it true that you were training at the same time as a Sarah Vasey and Molly Renshaw there? Is that right?
So my it was my sister actually because she's a few years older than me. She was best friends with Molly and Sarah, and there was always like an older group of girls and a younger group of girls, and so it's kind of weird now that me, Molly, and Sarah are so close now. And my sister finds it really weird because they were her friends. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, like yeah, we were all there at the same time. There was quite a few people from Devonshire that moved on to Loughborough afterwards.
Yeah. And so you've really nicked in and stolen your sister's friends then, haven't you?
Oh yeah, well she quit about gosh like 8 years, 8 or 9 years ago now.
Ah, okay.
So like
Yeah.
she's not close to them or anything, so it's not that weird. But I bet to start with it probably was, but now
Yeah.
like it's she doesn't
Yeah.
care.
And one of my what I thought was cool at the ISL, I can't remember what race it was. We're just on the topic of yeah, just talk about how close you are with Molly Renshaw. I think I can't remember what stage of ISL it was, but it was one of the 100 IMs where you walked out with Molly, and
Yeah.
you two did like a little dance or a little jive together, sort of
Mm.
thing. Whose idea was that? And does anyone tell you, oh, you got to be entertaining before you walk out? Or how does that
Yeah.
work?
They kind of tell you in the run up, like obviously the event organizers, like they want so much energy, and they're always saying like, "Oh, please do something on the way out, just to like big it up a bit." And I think Molly's a bit shyer on that kind of thing, and I was the one who was really like, "Oh, come on, like it's funny, like let's just do it." And I felt we were definitely a lot tamer than some of the boys, but we just did our own little thing, and it took a bit of persuading. And I don't think she did it with as many of the other girls. I think she'd only do it if it was me or Sarah. So we definitely like pushed her to do it, but she like it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm all for it. I thought it was great. But do you reckon, as a kid, being around in Devonshire, being around such good swimmers, really helped with your development early on?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'd say, like when people ask me who my role model is in the sport, there's obviously like the generic answer, like Phelps or someone. But I think them two girls had such a big impact on me. Like Molly and Sarah, like Molly making a world's team when she was at Derventio when she was 15, and then it kind of just made me realize like I'm in the same position as her. Like we both train in the same pool at the same times. Like why can't I do it as well? And then when she kind of moved on to Loughborough at a young age at 16, and then I got approached when I was 16 if I wanted to come to Loughborough, and I was just it just like egged me on. I was like, oh yeah, like Molly did it. I know Molly, she's there. And yeah, and then Sarah came later, and we are just a little trio now, and it is so nice. And like of like the biggest, like we were only saying the other day, like our biggest dream is like if all of us three could go to Tokyo together. We'd never really
Yeah,
thought about it, and then we were just like, it actually would be like mad because we've trained
yeah.
together since like I was 11.